So we had to make a new theme song, which I had to make this on the fly, so it's a little bit annoying.
Yeah, everything's copyrighted anymore.
It sounded good until we decided to actually use it.
Well, it took us a bit. Well, it reminds me of going to some rave. Not that I went to raves, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm going to say, yeah, you didn't go to raves.
No, I didn't. But it just reminds me what it would sound like.
We just hit everybody in the face with, do.
So, I mean, it's just kind of strange because it just sounds like you should just get up and dance. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get up and dance.
I don't want to get up and dance either, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess I could.
But everything we pick is
Do
copyrighted.
you want me to get up and dance?
No.
Okay.
Does everything we pick, it's copyrighted. It's
the
like
pitfalls of marriage. She would have said yes before we were married. Now we're married. And she's like, no.
Oh, you stop.
I see how it is.
Well, today, what are we doing? We're covering somebody that I didn't know a whole lot about, which is surprising living in Arkansas that I didn't know a whole lot about this person.
And it's probably the biggest case we'll ever cover.
Well, I mainly picked it because at the time I was like, what was something awful that happened on Christmas?
Oh, I don't know. I mean.
And then I was like looking, like, what was something bad that happened at Christmas time in Arkansas? And then it ended up being Ronald Gene Simmons is what came up.
It's Christmas time.
So it's a little past Christmas. So this is kind of.
I don't remember the Peanuts song.
No. So we were going to cover it last week, but then we decided we'd talk about like how we do things. And so honestly, I didn't really know a whole lot about this guy, which I guess is kind of shocking considering we listen to true crime. But
yeah, and again, this is the biggest case this is the biggest case there ever was in Arkansas, and it really doesn't make the annals of true crime that much. It's only covered occasionally that I found. I didn't watch him, but I like when you Google him, it's like a bunch of YouTube stuff. But I'm sure there's a podcast out there probably that's covered him. And I'm pretty sure that there's probably some true crime show that's covered him because he sounds vaguely familiar, but he like annihilated his whole family. Well, just give away the ending. Well, I think people would know the name, be able to figure out the ending. Well, when people out there don't know him, like my mom probably won't remember him. Well, because she's, the only one that listens is my mom. Your mom doesn't even listen. I don't know. She might for all I know. Your aunt does. Oh, does she? Not your aunt or cousin. Shirley. Does she? Yeah. Oh, okay. She's got to have something to gossip about. Oh, stop. She's probably listening. She's listening because she's infatuated by me. I don't think we need that on air. But okay. Come on. But anyway. I'm just embarrassing Shirley, and nobody knows who she is anyway. So it doesn't matter. Anyways, Ronald Gene Simmons was born July 15th, 1940, believe it or not, in Chicago, Illinois, to Loretta and William Simmons. Damn now, Yankees. When I Googled this guy, this is funny. You'll get Ronald Gene Simmons, and then you'll get Gene Simmons come up. So I kept thinking, poor Gene Simmons. No, there's no poor Gene Simmons. Have you seen Gene Simmons? There's no poor Gene Simmons. But I mean, you Google and both of them pop up, which is kind of funny. So believe it or not, he was born in 1940. But in January of was his parents in the war or his dad in the war? Not that I know of. Didn't say. But here's what the sad part, though, is his dad. Okay, he's born in 1940. His dad died of a stroke in 1943. So he was young. That's crazy. And then a year later, his mom remarried, really quick. I guess to each your own. And it was a different time period back then. But I guess a year. I mean, she's by herself with a baby. What is she going to do? A woman wants what a woman wants. Oh God, stop! What? So he married a William D. Griffin, the mama did, a civil engineer, U.S. Army. Did he beat him? I couldn't find. They didn't talk about him getting his ass whooped. I couldn't find much on his childhood other than he was, as we'll get into it here a little bit, he was kind of a bully. So he was, but we don't know about the stepdad. No, the dad or the mom being mean to him. Chat said something about she was domineering, but I couldn't find anything that could be referenced from. Well, as a family annihilator, he's not going to be, what's his face, like Geen. I think Geen was not a family annihilator. Geen was troubled because he had an over abusive mother. The other guy that the Netflix series brought back, nobody knew about until they brought him out, the co-ed killer.
Ed Kemper.
Yeah, Kemper. He wasn't a family annihilator, but he had an over-abusive mother.
I don't think this is the case. I could not find anything that says it. I think that
what I was doing is I was going to contrast that. If you know anything about criminal minds and how we go about our psychology on those things, it doesn't mean anything. It's a high probability that somebody who's abused by their mother will become a sadistic killer. I mean, overly abused, like, you know. But it really doesn't mean anything because you can look at Bundy. Immediately look at Bundy. Bundy wasn't abused. His mother had a status, the whole 9 yards, and yet he was still a killer.
Yeah, but I couldn't find it.
They still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, well, like I said, I couldn't find anything about his family to be able to back that up other than that's what one thing said, but I couldn't find it substantiated in anything else. It's really not a whole lot said other than about him personally, not about his family.
Yeah. Well, and him personally, because he was very outspoken after he was caught.
Which one? Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
wouldn't shut up.
No, I couldn't find that either. He basically just was like, okay, I want to die. I mean, that's he got arrested with very little incident.
Yeah.
So anyways, his stepdad pretty much was a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and they moved to Griffin, Little Rock, Pulaski County in 1946. And basically, this guy, poor kid, was bounced around from like different places, kind of like his stepdad's job. So he really couldn't stay anywhere for very long. He had a hard time making friends. He had a hard time in any type of interpersonal relationships because, I mean, by the time he got settled somewhere, that he'd be bounced around. But this is pretty common, like with any Army kid. You know what I'm saying? They say he was socially isolated, but I think anywhere in Arkansas in the 40s was probably considered socially isolated.
And he didn't graduate high school.
I don't know.
No, he dropped out.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yes, right. He dropped out, joined the Navy. That's correct.
And he was a ship repair in Guam. There's nothing in Guam.
So basically,
got his GED in 59.
Okay.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm getting there. Basically joined the Navy. He won a Bronze Star, the Republic of Vietnam Cross for his service as an airman. And then he also joined the Air Force after he was done with the Navy.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
He had retired with the rank of Master Sergeant.
That's a heavy rank.
And during all his military career, he met his wife. So basically, they had a total of, let me look it up here, 7 children. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And it's been saying in some things I read that, he was kind of, I don't want to say abusive, but he was very controlling, very domineering. And it was rumored towards the end before this incident happened that she was thinking about leaving him because a lot of the kids left the house. But that's only one report that I got.
I was asking Chad what it took to become a master sergeant in the 70s in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And it says it's between senior technical expert and now you babysit other adults for a living.
Yeah, you're basically it. Another thing.
I trained my AI to tell me jokes instead of just giving me straight facts. Andrea absolutely hates it, but I think it's funny.
I do. I'm like, just get to the point.
Yeah.
But in his childhood, though, one thing I did find out about Simmons is he had a reputation as a bully, a troublemaker, and questioned authority. And it was so bad that his family sent him to military school, and he actually did well in military school, which is why he went in the Navy.
Well, that's psychologically that makes sense because people who are uncontrollable generally find their feet in a structured area.
Yeah,
and that's probably why I should have gone to military school. I would have not been such a jerk.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you were saying I'd be a jerk anyway?
I don't know. What's interesting, though, is there was a lot of... The house had some conflicting things that I read on there. Where him and his wife lived, a lot of things said that it was kind of like the odd house. They were the odd people. They were the quiet people. And then I had other reports saying like there was no CPS involved, which I found that not to be correct.
They were there several times.
No, just was about to come out and be reported. And neighbors said later described the home as quiet, closed, and uneasy. So basically, they were living in New Mexico, and at this time, he was taking a fancy to his daughter Sheila.
Oh my gosh, he's one of those.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So basically, Sheila got pregnant.
By his kid? By him?
By him.
Oh, man.
And so she tried to hide the pregnancy. She tried not to talk about the pregnancy. And I guess this was
What a
upsetting
prick.
the I guess you should say, Gene Jr. And there's been some allegations saying that Gene Jr. called anonymously on the situation that was going on. And there's some things saying that also she confessed at school when she got confronted. So,
why in the hell would I still don't understand that? It's your own kid.
Yeah, like he had a natural type of love for her. Like it was saying that he liked to collect coins and took her to like a coin collecting place, and that's where he impregnated her, is when they were out on this trip by themselves. And he slept with her 3 more times after that.
Why?
So basically, when he found out that, his daughter was pregnant, he just told the family that, hey, it's another family coming into another addition to the family. We're not going to say anything about this. So it's like totally made it 100% come off like this is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Which is like,
Jeez.
No. So basically, Simmons realizes, oh crap, I'm caught. What am I going to do? So he actually has the gumption to think, under threat of prosecution, that, if I say that I'm going to go under counseling classes that about touching my daughter, that this will prevent any type of prosecution.
No.
So basically, nothing happened because
it's the 70s.
They up and moved before anything could be moved forward as far as like any prosecution.
They got the hell out of town, huh?
CPS. So they went back to Arkansas. So this is like mind blowing to me. It's like, obviously the older brother is like, this isn't right.
Yeah.
And so the wife is aware of it, but Lord knows the situation she's in. She could probably be like, I'm in an abusive situation. I can't get out. I read some reports that he was in control of the money. He was in control of everything. Like she had no resources, no nothing. I'm guessing probably she had very limited skills as far as taking care of herself.
Is this one of those guys where he cuts all the family off from the neighbors and friends and stuff? And
I don't know. I couldn't find anything hay or nay on that. I wouldn't put it past the situation. But they moved to really like very rural part of Arkansas, like down towards Russellville.
Yeah.
And they are on this house, on this property where they have to dig their own trenches to go to the bathroom in.
Nice.
And things like that. Like
He's on latrine duty. I mean, that's what he did in the military. So
yeah, exactly. So like very like I would like to think they have running water, but maybe they don't. So these allegations that made the move happened in 1981. So get back to Arkansas. And basically the kids are growing up. They're moving out of the house. Sheila finds a boyfriend, finds a husband, gets out of the house. The Gene Jr. gets out of the house. And basically he starts to lose control. He gets increased paranoia. He gets very much odd jobs, basically low-paying jobs.
But he's on retirement, too, in the whole time. So he's got a check coming in.
But here's the problem. Because he moved abruptly from New Mexico.
Didn't follow him?
And he's not getting his pension check.
Because they didn't know where it was.
Exactly.
But he gets it eventually.
I would think so. So, here we go. Find my notes here. So basically, they moved on a 13-acre tract of land that will be welcomely known as Mockingbird Hill. 2 older mobile homes joined to form one large home by a makeshift privacy fence. And basically no indoor, had to dig their own place to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. I'm trying to get AI to go out and research and give me a definitive answer on isolating everybody. And it keeps saying, yes, he was isolationist. Yes, he was an isolationist. But I'm like, okay, where did you get this fact? And it keeps going, well, all I know is that, yes, he was so it's not it's not citing any sources.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. I never had to do this before. You got to cite the sources, man. I'm not going to believe you.
Yeah, you got to cite sources. So basically, he's working odd jobs. He works at a law firm at one point in time. He works at various other like medial type stuff because he's like, his pensions checks not coming.
Yeah.
And so this tension at home with out of control, the tension of not having income coming in makes him increasingly paranoid. These children develop outside relationships, the risk of incest finally getting out in Arkansas, which I don't know how that would work because it happened in New Mexico.
Yeah, the crime has already been committed and it wasn't in the jurisdiction. So
nothing.
Yeah, that makes it, that's a decent legal question right there, actually. If she shows up pregnant, then is it still a crime? Is it a crime to impregnate or to have a pregnant daughter by? And that's the it's kind of like when you go to the bank and you have one person and one person or.
I think honestly it would have to drive down to the fact that the crime would have to be prosecuted in the county it was committed in, which would be New Mexico.
Right. But if the law says, see what I'm getting at though?
I think that if
the law says if you have a daughter who is impregnated by you are committing incest and you shall go to jail. If the law said it that way, they could get him because he lives and he's breaking the law. I don't think it would be that. I don't think you could frame a law that way though, could you?
No, it always has to go back to the county in which it was done in, the state it was done in.
The act, there has to be an act, and there's no act. It's just an existing. So yeah, interesting. It's just a thought. I mean, I'm like, I wonder. You don't think about those nuances in law and how different they are and have to be that specific.
Yeah, there has to be specific.
But if you own an automatic weapon, you're breaking the law. It's not the purchase of, it's the ownership of. It's interesting. We'd have to go find
I think ownership of a weapon and incest are a little different, but I know what you're trying to get at.
Oh my gosh, we're going to argue on air today.
No, but
I'm saying the way the law is written, if you own an automatic weapon, it's not an act, it's the act of owning.
Yeah.
And if your daughter is pregnant, it's not the act of impregnation, it's she is pregnant. That's the same as owning. It's there, it's wrong, and it's against the law. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
You still don't get it, do you?
I get it. Anyways, back to the story.
I'll just sit back here and do nothing.
So, what I was trying to say is one of the people that he ended up doing where he worked at ended up being involved in his crimes. That's what I'm trying to get at. He quit his positions at accounts clerk at Woodline Motor Freight, and he also worked for a law firm, which I find it very interesting that he was in a law firm. What do you think?
I didn't know he didn't work for a law firm, but what did he do at the law firm?
I guess he was a clerk. It didn't really say. I couldn't find anything on it. So, yeah. So, basically, what happens with the day of the murders, which is pretty much in December of 1987. That's when this all started. So, basically, he killed 16 people total, 14 members of his own family. So, can you believe that?
Yeah. I mean, this guy's the worst one in Arkansas history because he just went on a spree. He just killed. But what was his impetus?
Like I said, he was losing control of everything. His family, he's losing control of the whole situation. He's losing control of he couldn't work. He's losing control of his kids. The idea of incest getting out. He was just
gonna erase everyone.
Pretty much. So,
it's kind of silly.
I mean, what I could find is
just get in your car and go to the beach.
Well, it's not that easy. But the murders happened over several days in small groups. So, not everybody in the family was in the house at the same time.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like that one lady that's still, until she died, was in the psych hospital. They screwed with her, and she went all the way from Benton County to all the way down to Winslow, Arkansas, and killed everyone she knew.
Which I don't get that.
Took her a day and a half.
Yeah, so basically the first round of murders was his wife. And then he had...
he started... Usually the first one is where they... their anger sits the most.
I wouldn't think
earned or unearned.
I wouldn't think his wife would be the first one.
Was she the first murdered though?
Well, in the group of murders, I couldn't actually figure out like who was shot first. Not unless you could find something that I missed. But she was 46, and then you got, I guess you could say Gene Jr., Ronald Gene Jr., 26, and then the brother Eddie, and then Loretta the sister, and then Mary Ann Simmons, 11, the sister. Rebecca or Becky was 8, and granddaughter Barbara Simmons, 3, was the daughter of basically Ronald Jr., was the first round to get shot. Okay. But the babies were strangled.
Why did he... that's like worse.
But
to strangle a baby.
But that's not the worst part of it. Some of the babies he put in the back of the trunk of his car.
He took them with him, huh?
Well, it doesn't say that he went anywhere. Other than the second part, maybe he had him in the trunk of his car whenever he killed hurt the last 2 people, but it's not really said that they were in the car, other than he put them in the trunk of the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then...
This is all in Russellville?
Yeah.
Or out there in the woods?
Around Russellville.
Out in the woods.
So then after Christmas, William Henry Simmons was 22, killed him and his wife, Renetta Simmons, 21.
Why did he do that, I wonder?
They came over.
They stumbled upon him. It was an accident. He didn't want to kill them. He wouldn't seek them out.
No, I think he wanted to kill them because they were coming the day after Christmas to have Christmas with that side of the family.
Oh, he's waiting on them.
He's waiting on him. Like, it's been said that all the bodies remained in the house. And so
he's just having Christmas dinner. Finally a quiet one, I guess.
But if you think about it, if you're coming to Christmas at your house and you're coming there and you know that your mom and your siblings are going to be there and you walk into the house and it's like just your dad sitting there, wouldn't you question, like, where's mom? Where's so-and-so?
Depends on if they're still sitting where he killed them. I mean, they might have walked in and been like, oh, what happened to mom?
I mean, it doesn't really say, like, you walk in and boom, they're dead. Or does he, like, come have, hi, son, come have a seat, and then bang, you're dead. It doesn't really say, which I could...
Well, they're not going to know unless he tells them.
Which I'm kind of surprised he didn't want to. I mean... He was very forthcoming of this. He's the one that wanted to waive his ability for appeal for the death penalty.
He just wanted to die, which was what that's what he wanted to begin with, you know? He just wanted to die to begin with. That's why he's killing. A guy like that can't kill himself because that would mean that he is the problem. And because suicide, you know, not everybody's been there, but I've been there when I was younger. And suicide is more of, if only this would end, I hate this. This is terrible. I'm such a failure. Nothing I do fixes things. And that's usually suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
This guy's not going to think that way. This guy, he's in charge.
Yeah, I think he's just pissed off and angry.
Yeah, well, he can't commit suicide, but he can do everything but himself.
I don't think he wanted to do suicide. I don't even think that was an idea. And he said, I think he was just so angry that he doesn't have control over every single individual in his family that he's just going to kill him. Just like, I'm done. You're all gone.
Well, maybe. We don't know. We can't ask him. So, but at the same time, I'm just feeling in my gut that when he said, I don't want an appeal, just kill me. That may have been what he wanted the whole time.
Well, the last thing he said before he died, let me pull this quote up. He says something like really snarky.
He was in was it electric chair or did he get injection?
He got lethal injection.
Lethal injection.
His last words were justice delayed, finally be done, justifiable homicide.
Okay.
I think he feels like in his head what he did was justifiable. Everybody's gone.
No, justifiable homicide, I think, means he's talking about the state killing people. It's justifiable.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it reads to me.
It reads to me that he
Justice be done. Right.
Justice delayed, finally be done, justifiable homicide. I mean, maybe for himself, or you can also interpret it as he feels like what he did was justifiable homicide.
I don't know. I think it's, for this guy, I think it's the other way around. I think it's justice delayed because he killed him, then he's waited, 6 years before they finally put a needle in his arm, or longer?
Yeah, this was in 87. He was killed in 90.
Yeah. That's the justice delayed. Justice, what was the next one?
Justice delayed, finally be done.
Finally be done. Okay, you're going to kill me. Justifiable homicide. To me, it speaks towards the state. That the state now has a justified reason to kill him.
But yeah, I mean,
he's accepting his fate, is the way I read it.
But I guess, why would you want to kill your whole family unless you're full of anger? Well,
sure. I mean, I'm not saying that's not a motive. I'm just thinking about what he said at the last.
Yeah. To me, it struck me as very creepy in a way.
It was meant to be creepy. He was meaning it to be creepy, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah. I
mean, it's like, hey, can I have a bologna sandwich before you do this? He wasn't one of those guys.
No, I think he waived his appeals, and it caused such an issue that various religious groups in Arkansas were arguing that you have to have appeals to be on the death penalty. But he do. And he didn't want any appeals.
Have automatic appeals now that you can't say no to.
Which he didn't want any of the appeals, right. And they were arguing, saying that should be his right as an Arkansas United States citizens. But they were arguing that he's not getting his constitutional rights because he's not having appeals.
There was a dude put to death about 2 months ago, or somewhere in the past 6 months anyway. He chose firing squad, so they shot him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's still states that do that.
And they are.
I'm like, can I sign up for that one? Because that son of a bitch needed it.
Yeah, but I think that's more inhumane. That they say that it
was his choice.
That lethal injection's inhumane compared to firing squad?
I don't know. It's a good bullet to the head. It's done.
So it's lethal injection.
Sever the spinal cord and you're done.
You don't feel anything lethal.
I know. I don't. As long as if they're asleep, it's no different than having an operation. You don't know anything that happened to you. So they just don't want to see anybody die. And honestly, I'm for the death penalty, but only in cases where we can absolutely 100% prove it. I don't want to put somebody to death who is, juries will put people to death, but it's like, you don't want me on a jury because I'll be like, I didn't see this. It's evidence. If there's no DNA and it's all just a classical case like we've done for 100 years, and there's no video, no DNA, no nothing, it's just a classical case. I think he did it. I'm pretty sure that he did it. But I don't have a reason. There's no reasonable doubt that he didn't do it. But it's something down deep. It says, he might not have. I can't quite bring myself to be 100%. That's not a reasonable doubt. That's just a doubt.
Yeah.
Right. And the law requires reasonable doubt for a jury.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll be like, yeah, he did it. Pretty sure he did it. But I won't go for the death penalty on something like that because I can't 100% put him there at the time, or her, or whatever.
Yeah.
What if we're wrong? Then we've killed somebody and that's permanent. Jail time, we can let them go and say, we're sorry. And at least they have some life. But if you just kill them, I can't. There's no coming back.
I guess that's why they may have mandatory appeals.
Yeah, that's one reason they have mandatory appeals, yes.
I want to say Simmons was precedent for this, but he probably was for Arkansas. I wouldn't have put it. I
think it was coming out of New York, and everybody just kind of adopted it.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those things that starts somewhere else and ends up here because it's actually a good idea.
Well, yeah, we do need help. But this case, William Henry Simmons, the baby, was actually put for sure in the trunk of the car.
Ugh.
And then later that day, Sheila Simmons, which is the daughter that he fathered a daughter by, and her name was Sylvia, she came by and she brought her husband. And Sylvia, 6, which is Ronald Gene Simmons' daughter.
Man, can you imagine being the husband?
And then Michael, the baby that she had with her husband, they were also shot and killed. So he killed his own daughter and then his own other daughter.
She's my daughter, my sister, my daughter, my sister.
And this baby was also placed in the trunk of the car, the Michael Simmons.
What's he? So he's putting all the babies in the car?
I mean,
six-year-old and less in the car?
Two of them that were reported, yes.
Jeez.
Which makes me think
he going to take them somewhere?
I don't really know. It never really says that I could find. But if he's going to go do another killing spree afterwards, either he took them out of the trunk of the car or they're still there. It doesn't say anywhere that I can find anything that they opened up the trunk when they like pulled, finally gain capture of him and arrest him, that they're found there. But why would you put them in the trunk of the car? I mean, it's a little disturbing in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do that? So then he decides, hey, I'm not done. I'm going to go by to the offices of Peel Eddie Gibbons Law Firm, and I'm going to shot and kill the secretary there.
Is that the one he worked for?
Yeah.
Oh, so he just didn't like her.
No. Supposedly it's been rumored that she had rejected his advances.
Oh.
So I guess this is the day after Christmas. His law offices would be
how's
open.
your Christmas going? Nice.
And then he went to a Taylor Oil Company and shot 2 men when he also worked there.
Oh, he just didn't like these people.
Right.
They did something that he thinks it's not like the military. If somebody tells you to piss off, you can throw them in the brig or make them do runs and jumps and, exercise them to death. These guys probably just went, screw off, buddy. And he didn't have any recourse.
But then he's not done. Then he goes to Sinclair convenience store and shot a man and a woman, but they lived.
Did he know those people?
I couldn't find anything that he knew. But then he went by the Woodline offices. He worked there and shot and wounded a woman, and that's where he was arrested.
He went to
He's just pissed off.
He's just going around shooting people?
Yep.
At the gas station, he just said, hey, yo, what's up? Boom.
But here's the sad part for us in the state of Arkansas. He bought the gun at Walmart.
Well, back then, you could buy handguns at Walmart.
I do remember that, where they had a gun section, and you could buy bullets, and you can look at guns, and you can buy all that there. And that was just like a everyday thing. When did they stop selling guns at Walmart?
Well, they still sell guns. They still long guns at Walmart.
Certain Walmarts.
Well, in Arkansas, if you're in some states, you can't do that.
Yeah.
The hardest part about buying a gun at Walmart is finding someone to open the damn case. They're never there.
Well, they're never there in the paint section either.
That's true.
Or, the automotive, they're always busy. But, let me see here. Yeah, Sinclair Mini Mart, where he shot and wounded Roberta Wardry and David Slayer. His last stop was Woodline Motor Freight Company. Simmons located his former supervisor, Joyce Butts.
Oh, Joyce's Butts.
Wounded her in the head and chest.
Oh, geez.
He then took worker Vicky Jackson at gunpoint into a computer office and advised her to phone the police. And then he told her, I've come to do what I wanted to do. It's all over now. I've gotten everybody who wanted to hurt me. And then he surrendered to Russellville police when they arrived.
So he's going through town shooting people.
Yeah.
This is what, 82?
This is this is in 97. This is his whole spree.
Not 97. He died.
87. Excuse me. 87. Sorry.
87.
Yeah.
Woodline. I'm looking up here. I want to talk about the people at the gas station.
Yeah.
And they don't really say anything.
No, I couldn't find anything on the gas station. I mean, do you just like willy-nilly, I need to go get some Cheez-Its and I'm going to go in here and shoot these people? I mean.
Says the gas station, people shorthand. It was his former workplace. He worked at the gas station.
Oh, okay.
So Troy Johnson, Simmons' former supervisor and manager, because when he worked there, he shot Johnson in the office area at the Sinclair. And then a coworker who was present at the facility knew Simmons personally through employment, killed him.
So he's basically like angry that
he's killing everybody he knows.
He can't hold jobs, I guess, for very long for whatever reason, probably because he's kind of a bully and doesn't take authority well. And so he gets fired or loses the job.
Yeah, because he's a jerk.
And he's so freaking angry at his family and losing control that he's going to take it out on everyone that hurt him.
Might as well. I mean, it's everybody else's fault besides his.
He's quoted says, I've gotten everybody who wanted to hurt me.
Well, to hurt me doesn't necessarily mean physically. It could
Yeah.
And, I'm surprised there's not more women on that list because women tend to do more rumor. Men will just walk up to you and push you.
But it wasn't in the 80s, though.
Character assassination kind of thing.
I hate to say this to sound sort of sexist, but in the 80s, I remember more men being supervisors than women.
Yeah, there weren't very many women. I mean, there were, but...
I mean...
women were still trying to stay home, and then some women... it was... The 80s is a different place because it's now and then. Now there's more women in managerial roles than men.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
And then you can go fact check that. Middle management is dominated by females.
Yeah,
just
now
like
it is.
The faculties at the colleges are dominated by females. And I mean, I don't even know. It's crazy. It's just a fact. You Google it, do whatever your research is. I think that the whole way we do things is messed up.
What's interesting, though, is I found here the staff psychiatrist, Dr. Irving Kuo, Kuo, I'm going to butcher that, found Simmons to be sane.
He probably was sane.
Capable of standing trial.
Standing trial and being insane are two different things.
But get this, jury selections for the first trial took less than 6 hours.
What?
As I said, jury selection for the first trial took less than 6 hours.
You want to be on a jury? Sure. What's your name? Okay.
Well,
welcome to Arkansas. You're on jury.
I mean, I get jury selections take a bit because once you...
Voir dire doesn't exist in Arkansas.
A what?
Voir dire.
What's that?
Where they select the jury, they question the jurors. I mean, they do voir dire, but not like in New York, like you see on TV.
I would think that they'd have to because that's the defense, and then every prosecutor's got his one side, the other one's got their side, and they know by looking at the jury, like, hey, she looks like she's well made and things like that. We're going to take her out because more than likely she believes in the death penalty. Or they're going to ask certain questions to get them to say stuff to get them to be able to be weeded out.
Yeah. They're just not, they don't go as far as they do in other states in Arkansas.
But get
it's
this.
Like, do you own a dog?
So he committed the murders in 1987. And so he was 14 counts of capital murder and the death of his family on February 10th of 1989. Okay, 1989. He's killed in 1990. Or lethal injection in 1990. Yeah. So that's really quick.
Yeah. Well, Arkansas is faster than that. We got some guys on death row for just 2 years we put down. This is recent.
How do they have time to do their appeals?
Get it done.
But then we have people that have been on death row for what, 20 plus years? Uh-huh.
Kansas has had people on death row for 40 years and they still haven't killed anybody in about 40 years.
Then take it off the books and give them life in prison.
But they can't decide that in Kansas. They're split down the middle and they can't go either way. It's like abortion in Kansas. You would think Kansas wouldn't have abortion, but Kansas does. And it's the same thing with death penalty. They can't make up their mind in Kansas. It's weird.
Maybe they just can't get it where it could be voted, where it could be
so
unanimous.
I mean, there's so much political infighting over everything in Kansas. You would think Kansas would be more conservative than that, or at least get it done, but they can't. They can't do anything. They're just like a frozen state.
Wow. But yeah, we can see what I found. Something interesting here. Okay, the Byram here, one of the prosecutors offered a possible motive when he presented an undated note that was discovered in a safe deposit box at a Russellville bank after Simmons' arrests. The letter seemed to indicate a strong love-hate relationship between Simmons and his daughter Sheila.
Yeah.
After the judge ruled the letter inadmissible, Simmons lashed out at Byram, punching him in the face and unsuccessfully struggling for the deputy's handgun. This is
tried to shoot the...
Officers rushed him out of the courtroom in chains, and he was sentenced to death by lethal injection on March 16th in 1989. This guy's just an
asshole.
But okay, sentenced to lethal injection on March 16th of 89.
Yeah.
So he did get some appeal or some stay of sentence because he died in 1990.
Yeah. Well, he said he didn't want an appeal, so okay, fine. We'll kill you as fast as possible. Get you off the books. Quit having to feed you.
So
I mean, it was him. And that's one of those things where it was him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'd be like, can I pull the trigger? I mean, I'd be all right.
So on March 1st, 1989, Simmons was found competent to waive his rights to appeal his conviction. However, in filing a Whitmore versus Arkansas challenge this right, reversed Lewis Franz and John Whitmore contended that Simmons, using his right to refuse appeal, in fact jeopardized the appellate rights over the death row inmates. By 7-2 vote, the Supreme Court justices threw out the appeal. However, the ongoing legal proceedings that prevented the execution of Simmons from being carried out. So Simmons was watching television and eating what he thought would be his last meal when the news of his day of execution was announced.
He's lucky that he's just lucky that All in the Family episode wasn't the last one he had to watch.
I'm just laughing because he's sitting there thinking, "This is it. I'm gonna go wherever my makers," and then oh man, I have to stay here.
There's a special place in hell for this guy, so it doesn't really matter.
So
I'm good. Let's torture him a little bit. I'm okay with it. I don't feel bad about it.
But I think torturing him by giving him life in prison he wanted to die. So if you want to torture a man for what he did to his family and what he did to innocent victims, why don't you just give him life in prison? To me, that would be the ultimate punishment. I mean, seriously.
Life in prison, or he's homebound with Rosie O'Donnell.
Both is torturous. So get this. May 31st, 1990, good old Bill Clinton signed his second execution warrant for June 25th, 1990.
Yeah, Bill was just mad that he cut down on the pool of girls.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Hey.
I met Bill when I was a kid, and I don't know. I'm not getting into politics. I'm just telling you, I met him when I was a kid, and that guy's a car salesman all day long.
I just laugh because whenever the impeachment when he's president, I'm going, he did the same crap when he was governor. Why are we making an uproar?
Why does it matter? Yeah, I know. And you notice he didn't get convicted either. So.
Of course they don't.
He's lying to Congress. He just didn't know what the word was. He had to clarify that. That was the whole thing that they had on TV. Because he is a lawyer.
Yeah.
He forced the person giving him the deposition to define the word is. He wanted to make sure that what is meant. Was there more meaning to it, or was it just this, or what?
You could go down a rabbit hole with any
That's
word.
That's why I did it.
That's why you want a
They're
good lawyer.
lawyers.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting though. This was the second quickest sentence to execution to death time in United States history since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. That's
Good.
crazy.
I don't have a problem with that. They should have shot him right outside the courtroom.
Sentenced
to death, and then just walked him outside, and boom, gone, done.
Look at this. He refused all visitors, including legal counsel and clergy.
Yeah.
And then we talked about his last words.
Yeah, that boy didn't believe in God.
No family members claimed his body. Well, he killed everybody.
Yeah, there ain't nobody to claim it. They're all gone.
I did find a newspaper article for his wife's sister and how she stated, in the newspaper article, because it was really sad how, she lost her sister and then she lost nieces and nephews and, the other stuff. But how Christmas had a different meaning for her now because
I'm sure it does.
How, and how Simmons split what little family was left from her side. Like nobody talks to each other and only certain groups of them talk to each other. And that I think that's a tragedy in all this is because I feel like he got what he wanted. He got death. He wanted to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's what I was saying. I think he wanted to kill himself the whole time, but he couldn't do it. That kind of guy, that narcissist personality, that giant ego that's bigger than a freaking Mack truck is not going to allow himself to kill himself.
I don't know, man. I just think
so he killed everybody around him rather than himself.
Well,
he ended his life. Even if he would have got away with it, he still ended his life because everything he knew was around those people.
Yeah. I don't know if he had any brothers or sisters. I couldn't find anything on that. But basically, he was buried in a pauper's plot in Lincoln Memorial Lawn in Varner, Lincoln County.
Let's dig it up and burn the bones. What do you think?
I think that there's probably something sacrilegious against that.
I don't think it mattered to that guy. I mean, he didn't care at all.
Do you want to bring the ghost back out of this creepy dude?
No, that's why you salt and burn the bones. Have you ever seen Supernatural?
Not a whole lot of it. But if you look at this guy, though, he looks like
Looks like an asshole from what I can
Well,
tell.
he's like a beard mustachy mountain man.
Yeah, looks like an asshole.
Not all
I
beardy
know.
men. Or they're not all assholes.
This guy, though, looks like an asshole. He looks like one of those dudes that's like, I'm not talking to him because he's just a prick.
So I don't know if he made legal history by making, us have to have appeals for death penalty people. But I just can't get over like his extreme, like I couldn't find anything on his child is like what spawned this controlling, bullying kid into controlling his family and his wife and having a child with his daughter. Like, what made you become that? I could not find very much on his childhood. And I'm sure somebody out there in podcast lands could probably email us and to give us a whole list of stuff that I couldn't find. But
well, when it comes to this cat, I've known guys like him, and I've sometimes felt like this guy. I mean, I'm not saying I'd kill anybody because I wouldn't. But he's just full of contempt for everyone.
you think he's
No one's better than him, and he's getting his ass handed to him on a daily basis, so it must be their fault.
So is he just so full of contempt and rage that he lost his dad at a young age and he has a stepdad that we don't know? I couldn't find here or there if he was in an abusive home or not.
Some people are just jerks.
But I mean, something the chat brought out, but I could find not anything substantiated, is he grew up poor, unstable household. It said father died of suicide. But I found another thing saying he died of a stroke. So like I'm said.
Wait a minute.
And then mom was domineering and abusive. I found that in chat. I could not substantiate the resource of it. So I don't know. And I don't want to say that yay or nay about that because I couldn't find anything about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if chat's just saying that because it wants to be nice or if it's saying that because it wants to fit into every serial killer narrative.
Well, I mean, he built a closed system based on isolation, sexual domination, more than likely. You know, he had a hierarchy because he was... took his military service. I mean, the highest enlisted rank, third highest enlisted rank, I think it is what he made. And everybody does what he says. Even junior officers do what he says.
So he took that home with him.
I mean, that's the world he lived in. And it's more, I think you nailed it too on the beginning. Loss of control more than just rage. He wasn't necessarily angry as he was, all his control was taken away. He didn't have any random targets. He killed people he knew.
I did read one report stating that when Sheila left, he went after the next oldest daughter and how she, I can't remember her name, brought people over to the house to spend the night.
Yeah.
And when these friends were over, they noticed that she had locks from the inside of her room.
She locked his ass out.
Yeah, and she would try to tell her friends that her father was not always
respectful of privacy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of makes me believe that if he abused one, then he would go to the other. But I really couldn't find anything else. I guess there wasn't time for that to come out because, I mean, the baby that he had with her was 6 years old. She moved out of the house. There's no CPS records. You can't have access to those. Those are private. I mean, there was nothing in the police report stating that there was any more incest other than with Sheila. So I would imagine he went to the other kids and he killed them all before anything came out.
Well, they were growing up. They're going to leave the house. They're no longer going to be in control.
Well, Sheila, his beloved daughter / girlfriend, is married and has another child.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's creepy.
Just an asshole.
Yeah, that he is.
That's the way it works, though, I guess. Some of these guys are just jerks.
Here's our rave music.
Yeah. It's not good for the ending.
No.
I can't play the others because we'll get a copyright strike.
And then we'll have to pay him money.
No, they just take our money.
Well, we don't have any money right now.
Yeah,
so.
if we get all of a sudden got 1 million listens.
Yeah, and they'll take our money.
Yeah, we won't have any money. Oh, well. Just fade it off in the background. Bye-bye. What?
Nothing. So what do we got coming up?
I don't know. We got, I mean, there's a ton of stuff, to be honest with you. And what I was looking at, there was a couple of cases I was looking at. And, I'm thinking I want to do like unsolved.
Okay.
Let's find something unsolved. But let's find something unsolved that, the person that may have done it didn't live down the street, because that was one reason why we didn't do one of the episodes.
Oh, yeah. We didn't want them coming and knocking on our door and us becoming a statistic ourselves.
Yeah, I don't want to have that problem. Thank you very much.
I did find some stuff, though, that I wouldn't mind covering, but I don't think I could get enough to really talk about.
Who's Bobo?
Oh, we already covered her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But one about a torso or something like washed up in Beaver Lake.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we can get enough to cover that.
It's going to be, no, well, yeah, but we might actually get a cop or two that might talk to us.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do some heavy research and some cajoling,
Yeah.
I say, if you want me to stop calling you, talk to me.
Yeah. Come on, Benton County. Carroll, Washington, Madison, all your people.
Well, FOIA, too, is tough.
Yeah, FOIA's not working well.
Anyhow, I'm still doing my episodes of Paul G's Corner. If you haven't heard those are pretty cool. You want to learn a little history? It's only about 10 minutes. You don't have to wait an hour.
They're good, though.
And it's just me. So if you want Andrea to do one, you're going to have to let us know.
I don't think they want me to do one.
Okay.
They might. I don't know. You need to tell me, guys. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
What don't you know?
A lot of things, I'm sure.
All right. We both been sick, so.
Yeah, we sound a little froggy. That's because we both been ill.
Yeah. Tried not to cough this whole time.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll hear me coughing at least once or twice.
Yeah. So if you like the show, if you wanted to get some swag, I've got some really interesting stuff over there at the paulgnewton.com website, paulgnewton.com, right? You know that. That's me. And you'll get to see what I do for a living, which is there. And then web and e-commerce, I do that stuff now too, by the way. But you click on Get Your Swag, and you can actually get the CSI Walmart Parking Lot Unit Arkansas Division.
Which is pretty funny.
It's a t-shirt for you. And then Andrea's favorite that says, Ask Me About Murder or Donuts. Honestly, she mixes them up.
I like Squid Wars.
Squid Wars?
Yeah.
Squid Wars. And then, of course, I've got the perfect shirt that says exactly what I think about the world. It says, apparently, we've always been like this.
Yeah.
When a nuclear bomb going off around some Roman soldiers, some dude from Victoria era, and, you and I standing there watching it burn. Because that's what happens. Anyhow, what else?
I think that's it. I'm trying to figure out what our next case will be.
All right. I guess we're going to go then.
Yeah, we're open to suggestions if there's anything else you'd like us to cover or something.
You can email us at paulg@paulgnewton.com. And
I think that's it.
all right.
All right, bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Things I Want to Know. You want these stories, and we want to bring them to you. So hit the support link and keep this circus and the mics alive. Then do us a favor, rate and subscribe. It helps the show find more people just like you, the ones who like their mysteries real and their storytellers unfiltered. And if you want to wear a little bit of this madness, grab some Andrea-approved gear at paulgnewton.com. We make these things for you because it matters, and you're the kind who knows the difference.